new hair. Who dis? Hi guys, my name's Olivia. Thanks so much for clicking on today's video. I film beauty, style and lifestyle, sometimes, videos here on this channel, and I upload weekly on Friday mornings. So if you haven't already, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can also follow me over on Instagram because I talk a lot over there. Before I get into the intro of the video and what we're going to be talking about today, I had better give you some hair details because I know you're going to be asking me in the comments. Yes, this is a new unit. It's not the same one that you saw from last week's video. That's an old Verushka unit. This is from a sister brand of Verushka known as Verose. So this is a Verose By Verushka unit. It's a 20-inch kinky straight unit. So it's got that lovely kind of blowout effect. I've straightened it just a little bit more to get it to lie down a little bit flatter, but I do need to do a bit of work back here to get that down and nice, really flat. I also haven't worn a wig cap. I'm really lazy when it comes to hair, but I like good units. So I picked this up from them. If you follow me on IG, then you'll see my review that I dropped because I had to rave about this when I put it on properly this morning and straightened it because it's just beautiful. Super soft. I can run my fingers through it so easily. It's straightened really well. It's got a 5x5 closure, so I've got this middle part at the moment, but I can also do a slight side part if I wanted to. I can't scrape this all the way back because it is a closure and not a frontal, but that makes it just really easy to wear actually. All this fuss about gluing things down and doing that, it's not for me. So I just want to plop it on and go. So I think this is probably how I'll wear it for now. I might later on put some waves in it or something, you know, to mix it up a bit. But pretty much I think this is the way that I'm going to be wearing it. If you're watching this as soon as I put this up, I think the offer probably will still be running, but they have a 10% offer on the Verose line and a 15% offer on the Verushka line. Not sponsored at all, but you know, I want to shout out women in business where I can, and it's a Kenyan owned brand, so you know, props. Alright, so let's just get straight into the video. So as you can tell by the title, this is an accessories focused video. We're not talking about this major style of your clothes per se, but the little bits that kind of add on to add that little bit of pizzazz. And I think accessories are really, really powerful in style. I don't think they get enough props for what they can do for outfits in terms of anchoring looks or in terms of elevating looks. So I just wanted to pull out 5 categories of accessories that I think every woman should have in their wardrobe. And how you do this is up to you, and I'll try and give some variety where I can. But I really do just think everybody needs to have these basics in their wardrobe. And I'll explain a little bit why. So let's get into number 1. So number 1, and is peeking out right here from my hair, is I think a simple pair of hoop earrings. Now I'm not a big earring wearer. I really used to be a few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago. I really used to be into earrings, and I used to be into like big chunky earrings, big chunky necklaces, big bracelets, like basically maximalist, which is kind of how I live my life now, but I've tried to tone it down a little bit, I think, as I get older. But I think a simple pair of hoop earrings can kind of elevate your look just a little bit. Now, depending on where you are, the kind of environment that you're going in, if it's like an office thing or if it's like a weekend thing, it's a girlfriend thing, then you can kind of switch it up. I'm not like the big hoop wearer. I wouldn't typically wear big massive hoops. So mine are kind of mid-size, like these. I hope you can see them from there. These little silver ones that are kind of medium size, so they're not like catching in too many things, but they look kind of subtle. So I think if you're going to do something that's a little bit more laid back, you don't want it to be shouty, but you do just want a little bit of interest, ones like these are perfect. They're quite slimline, not too big, not too small. They give a little bit of interest without distracting from the face, and I like these kind of under this hair because they peep out every so often and you can see them. These are super lightweight. I actually got these in a set from Woolworths, and I can't remember whether I included it in my haul the other day, but let me show you the other ones because it came in a pack of 3. They're basically all silver. So the ones that I'm wearing right now in my ear, I hope you can see, I'll try and zoom in, don't have, they're not a full loop, so they only have, they don't go all the way around, but they're super thin, so they're not like cylindrical. They've kind of been like squashed flat, which I think is really interesting. Let me just take that one out. There we go. Can you see that? They're kind of cylindrical up here and then squashed flat down the middle. So I thought that was like an interesting kind of take on a regular hoop shape. And they came in a pack of 3, so this are slightly smaller ones, and these are textured. Love texture for adding some dimension to a look. Also silver, but like kind of battered textured look. Excuse my nails because I haven't gone to my salon to get my nails done. We're all trying to stay at home as much as we can. And then the smaller pair, which are kind of a little bit wider, but still cute little earrings. And so these came in a pack of 3. I want to say about 1,000 or 1,200 shillings or so. Then, if you're into the more goldy look, something like this might be interesting, which are slightly bigger and more bold and textured. I like these particularly because of the texture. So again, they've got that kind of rough texture going on. I got these from Nairobi Glam Store. I'll make sure to leave the link down below. It's an IG store. Lovely and textured, and I wore these actually I think in my last video, so you'll have seen them there. Again, still, if you're more of like a gold wearer, but you want something a little bit delicate, but with something a little bit interesting going on, so it's not just like a plain hoop. These are nice. They've got a really thin band going around, and then they've got these kind of quote unquote stone detail going around them with a hanging bit. These I actually got from H&M, so I haven't seen anything similar locally, but if I do, then I'll make sure to leave it down below. But that's also another alternative. And then finally, because I love these earrings, and these I got from Galore Kenya. I don't know whether she still stocks them, but they're hexagonal shaped with like a tortoiseshell design. Love these. Maybe like octagonal, not hexagonal. They just look so good when you wear them, and because of the detail on them, because they're perspex, they're really nice and light, but because of the detail on them, they just add a little bit of interest to the look. So I think hoop earrings are number 1. Okay, the next accessory might sound like obvious, like duh, everyone needs these because we're in Africa and it's sunny, but sunglasses for me is a must-have accessory for everybody. Oh, my phone's going off, let me just mute that. Must-have accessory for everybody, sunglasses. So depending on your kind of like preferred shape, then you'll choose which kind of sunglasses you like. I prefer a cat eye shape. And my most worn, most loved ones are these. These are a tortoiseshell, again, but a dark tortoiseshell, kind of cat eye shape. Sorry if these are dirty because I honestly can't even properly see out of them. Sunglasses, I think I got these from Woolies not too long ago. I don't buy expensive sunglasses just because I either scratch them or they just get misplaced. I don't know what's going on in my life lately, but I keep losing things often, but so I don't buy expensive sunglasses. So these were really, really affordable, but these were nicely made and also have the UVA, UVB protection. So I think a pair like this are staple, classic, always have these. If I can't think of which sunglasses I want to carry, I'll carry these. I also have a very similar black pair, but again, I don't know where I put them. They're somewhere in this house, I'll find them. Another alternative in terms of sunglasses is kind of like a mixed print. So these are, again, I love tortoiseshell, and you'll probably see a running theme in all these sunglasses, but I love tortoiseshell. So it's got tortoiseshell down the bottom, but the top is nice and dark, and these have kind of got a bit of a flatter top, so they're a little bit more angular, a little bit more edgy. So I like those. I like what those look like with this hair actually. Number 2, I can't remember the store that I got these from. If I remember, I'll leave them down below because it was also another IG store. So I would say try and get maybe one in a tortoiseshell because it's classic, looks expensive, and maybe try and get like a black pair as your like, or maybe like a dark brown pair as your like absolute staples. That are a little bit more playful can help really elevate the whole entire look. So the first pair I want to show you are these, and I love mirrored sunglasses, but they are to be worn with caution because they get damaged really easily. but this is a pink, pale pink mirrored pair. Again, still that cat eye shape that I think I prefer, so choose the shape that you like. But these are nice and fun. You definitely need to have a case for your sunglasses in general, but for this 100%, because once it gets scratched, it's done for. These were really cheap from Primark, so I'm not too stressed about those. Another fun pair that I bought that I've worn in the house and I haven't been brave enough to wear out, I don't know why, are these. Oh, so good. These sunglasses from Nancy Moy's store, Shop New Level. I picked these up in the sale, so they're basically bedazzled and very shouty, very OTT, but I mean, I'm a magpie. I mean, look at my t-shirt. I love shiny things. So this has to be a look at some point in time. Now that I've got dark hair, I think I know why I wasn't wearing these before. It's because obviously my hair has been dyed like a kind of reddy, browny kind of colour, and now it's like a purpley red colour. It was clashing. With dark hair, these look incredible. Eek! Can't wait to wear these. Yes, yes, yes. So Shop New Level, I don't know whether she still has this exact style, because I think the store only stocks limited pieces. And then once they're gone, but that's where I got them from. You can check it out. She has some really cool different sunglasses. And then just to keep it nice and playful, these aren't cat eye shape. I don't even know what shape these are called. But they feel like a little bit 70s diva, especially with this hair as well. A little bit 70s diva-esque. And they've got like a pink lens which fades, and this kind of wiggly, I don't know what to call it, border around the edge. Sorry, I keep leaning over here so I can see myself in my mirror. I should have moved it to a better position. But I really like these because they do that kind of gradient effect, and because the lens isn't pure black, you can kind of still see my eyes, so it allows me to be a little bit flirty, you know, through the glasses. So love those, and these were from Forever Trendy. Oh, right, moving on. Now, this next accessory is definitely personal preference, but it's my channel, so I'm going to give you my preference. I love a clutch bag. I do. I love a clutch bag because I think particularly for evening nights out, I just like the ladylike feeling of holding a clutch bag rather than having a strap-on bag. And I know the trend now very much is crossbody bags and maybe shoulder bags, but I just love a clutch bag, so I purchase clutch bags. I know some people find it cumbersome having to hold it, but I'm going to show you the type that I prefer. And the type I prefer is kind of a big size clutch. So one that looks like this, and this one is an all black, I think it's leather one from Zara. I got this from the platform store in Two Rivers. You know, they sell like old stock Zara stuff. That's where I got this from. This is just so classic to me, a clutch bag. Just look at it. I don't know what it is about it. It just screams femininity, especially if you have your nails done and then you hold the bag a little bit like this or hold it like this. And so for me, I will always buy a bigger size clutch. I have a few really small ones, but they're just a little bit impractical. And I'm the girl who likes to walk around with quite a few things in her handbag, even on a night out. So I need a bag that's kind of a little bit bigger, that will fit all of my things in it. So a black clutch bag, I would say, is an absolute staple. This one's a little bit, it's got a little bit of interest on it because it's got this black velvety stripe that goes all the way around the back and this buckle on the front, but you know, decide. Or if you're feeling a little bit more daring, again, to pick up like a plain outfit, like a all white outfit or an all black or an all tan outfit, whatever, is a patterned bag. So again, this is an envelope style clutch. This one, I used to sell these on my boutique store, which I don't have any of these left now. But snake print, I think, still in. Love that. And then my favorite print, which I consider to be a neutral, can't you tell, leopard print. Absolutely love leopard print. This is a thrifted Saint Laurent bag. It's got the calf skin hair with the leopard print detail. I actually really like this bag for two reasons. One, the print. Two, the fact that it's a vintage bag and it's been pre-loved and it's like in really good condition. But number three, because it also has this really nice ladylike strap. So I think this is the only way that I would want to convert my clutch bag into something else is with a strap like this, because this still looks really feminine. I mean, can you imagine this on a really nice slinky black, plain black dress, maybe with a blazer on and some nice heels on the bottom, maybe like some barely there ones. So beautiful. So clutch bag for me, must have. You're going to start seeing a bit of a recurring trend through my descriptions, because I think accessories are really for elevating a regular look into something else, and I feel like the power of an accessory to do that is really, really strong. So the next thing I want to talk about is belts, statement belts. So not just like your regular belt to hold up your jeans or like your trousers or whatever, but you know, a belt that will be seen and will be a little bit of an addition to the whole look that you've got going on. So statement belts for me are totally amazing. I've had this particular belt for ages, and when I say ages, I really do mean ages. I've had this for easily 7 years plus. I bought it absolutely ages ago in Primark, and it's now starting to peel a little bit on this faux leather. I just love it though because it's so Balmain-esque. It's this faux leather regular belt, but then it's got this chain detail going through it and this rope detail going through it. It's so beautiful. This can pick up anything. Plain black dress, pop this on. White dress that you want something to have on. I mean, this can pick up anything, but I particularly love wearing it with just like a black dress and this in the middle and a statement shoe. Oh, so good. Brings a little bit of like grunge and masculinity to kind of anchor something that's a little bit more feminine. Love it for that. Another belt that I really love is this one. It's a plain black belt, but it's got this mirrored band in the middle. I think I got this from H&M. I can't see any label on it, but I think I got it from H&M. Again, just with a plain dress around the middle of your waist to kind of give you shape, but then also some interest with that silver band. Love these. And then because, as I said, leopard print is a staple, this beautiful slim belt from Woolworths. I picked this up fairly recently, so I think it might still be in store. I've seen Shiro Gaido, the Cultured Cow, on Instagram also has this, so I was like, oh, we have the same vibe. Yeah, so nice leopard print belt to just break things up. I love leopard. Okay, the last accessory I want to talk about is scarves, and this is definitely a personal thing for me because it's a hangover from my childhood. So my mum is very much into like ladylike dressing, you know, she's into the pearls and certain handbags that you hold a particular way. She's worn heels for as long as I can remember and still does now. So she had hundreds of scarves, and that's not exaggeration. Scarves, like she had drawers for scarves. Even now she has drawers full of scarves. And I remember when she was traveling a lot to do her PhD research when we were kids, I would miss her a lot. So I would go into her bedroom and I would go into her scarf drawer, she'd spray perfume into her scarves when she was wearing them and just kind of like sniff her. So it's definitely something nostalgic, but it's something that I've carried over and I wanted to share with you because I think this is an underrated accessory because it brings style, but also utility, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's start off with style. So I love particularly square scarves, ones that look like that, so basically just a big square, because I think they provide you with the most options for how you can wear them. I mean, there's loads of scarf videos here on Instagram and on YouTube about how you can style scarves, so I'm not going to give you all of that. But my favourite way to wear a scarf is just to kind of roll it and drape it. So literally just like that. I think it looks so good when you have on plain dress, when you have on a blazer and you want a little pop of something. You know, you can tie it kind of like that, you can tie it up, you can do all kinds of things to kind of make this scarf interesting. So I would say if you are looking to get into scarves, then definitely look for a square shape. My preferred texture is a nice silken texture. Silk, pure silk if I can get it, or you know, a man-made material like a polyester or a satin one, but it has to be quite well made so it doesn't look cheap. This is a new scarf that I recently got from my Thrift Bags IG on Instagram. I'll make sure to leave the link down below. She mostly posts bags, but she also sometimes has scarves. So still sticking to that theme, another square scarf, but I love prints like this. In terms of prints, I really do like kind of old-fashioned style prints, and ones with chains on, ones with paisley on. I think I lean more towards kind of dark ones. I have dark blues, dark greens, maroony kind of colours. Yeah, so I just think they are brilliant. Another thing that you can do with scarves is also if you have a handbag and you want to just add a little bit of interest, maybe one that's not so big for a regular sized bag, but you can kind of loop it through and tie it on your bag just to add that extra bit of interest. And of course I had to end this in true style with another leopard print. You're gonna get sick of me. I am literally obsessed with leopard print. But this is a really big, long rectangular scarf that I got from Zara some years back. And again, this is beautiful for utility, and I usually wear this kind of draped down like this, or sometimes snuggled up like this in, like, you know, a leather jacket, and then I have this popping out to give that nice bit of interest. But the reason I like big scarves like this, and I do have them in, you know, plain blacks, checked materials, big paisley ones, is because they're also great when it gets a little bit chilly for keeping warm. So because we're heading into the rainy season and stuff, and I'll definitely be pulling out this type of scarf a lot more often, particularly to keep me warm in the office. My office gets pretty cold because we're just by the forest. But yeah, I love a scarf to be able to do this. Okay, so that brings me to the end of the video. Yeah, nice, short and sweet. Leave me a comment down below. Do you agree with my top 5 accessories that you need to have, or do you think that there are others that I possibly have missed out? Would you take out any of my categories and put in another one? Drop me a comment down below. Would love to hear from you. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me over on Instagram, of course, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.